For most of Earth's history, we were not alone. Our planet was home to many human species, each with their own strengths and stories. Imagine a world where several kinds of humans walked the Earth together. This was our reality for hundreds of thousands of years. These were our ancient cousins, not monsters or simple apes, but members of our own family, the hominins. They built tools, hunted, cared for their families, and looked up at the same stars we do. Human evolution isn't a straight line, it's a tree with many branches, some of which existed side by side. We shared Africa, Europe, and Asia with these relatives, some close, some distant. Think of Neanderthals, masters of Ice Age Europe, Denisovans, known from a few bones in Siberia, the hobbits of Indonesia, and Homo erectus, the first to leave Africa. Each species was a unique experiment in survival, leaving behind fossils as clues. If the world was once full of humans, why are we the only ones left? The answers lie in ancient bones, cave dirt, and our own DNA. The journey to find them is a journey into our own deep past. Long before us, Homo erectus, upright man, conquered much of the old world. Emerging in Africa nearly 2 million years ago, they had long legs, shorter arms, and bigger brains, built for endurance and exploration. Driven by curiosity or necessity, they left Africa, spreading across Asia and into Europe. Their adaptability was remarkable. They survived in savannas, forests, and even colder regions. Fire was their game changer. They may not have created it, but they learned to control it, using it for warmth, protection, and cooking. Cooking unlocked more energy from food, fueling bigger brains and more complex social lives. For over 1 million years, Homo erectus thrived, far longer than our own species has existed. They crafted advanced stone tools like the Acheulean hand axe and lived in social groups. They were skilled hunters and gatherers, laying the foundation for all humans to come. Their legacy is the spirit of exploration, the drive to see what's beyond the next hill. Without them, our story would never have begun. Neanderthals, often misunderstood, were not brutish cavemen, but intelligent, resilient humans. Stocky and strong, they thrived in Ice Age Europe and Asia with brains as large as ours. They were expert hunters, taking down mammoths and giant deer with sophisticated stone tools. Their survival required planning, cooperation, and deep knowledge of their environment. Neanderthals cared for their sick and elderly, showing compassion and strong social bonds. They buried their dead, hinting at ritual or belief, perhaps even the world's first art. Perforated shells and cave markings suggest symbolic thought and creativity. Far from being failures, Neanderthals were a parallel humanity, complex, capable, and deeply human. Their story is not one of defeat but of adaptation and endurance. In many ways they were more like us than we ever imagined. Their legacy lives on, not just in fossils, but in us. In 2003 on the island of Flores, scientists found the skeleton of a tiny adult human, Homo floresiensis, the hobbit. She stood just over 3 feet tall with a chimp-sized brain, yet lived among tools and hunted animals. This was not a modern human with a disorder but a new species, surviving until surprisingly recently. Their existence challenged everything we thought we knew about human evolution. The leading theory, island dwarfism, isolated their ancestors, likely Homo erectus, evolved smaller bodies and brains to survive limited resources. Despite their size, the hobbits hunted dwarf elephants and faced giant lizards, using stone tools with unexpected skill. Their story proves evolution isn't always about getting bigger or smarter. Sometimes, shrinking is survival. Homo floresiensis is a reminder of our family tree's strange and wonderful diversity. The world was once far more varied than we imagined. Even tiny humans left a giant mark on our story. Sometimes the biggest discoveries come from the smallest clues. A finger bone in Siberia's Denisova cave revealed a new kind of human. DNA analysis showed it wasn't Neanderthal or modern human but a previously unknown group, the Denisovans. We know them mostly from genetics, not skeletons. A ghost species whose story is written in our DNA. Few fossils exist, but a jawbone from Tibet proved Denisovans adapted to high altitudes, a trait passed to some modern humans. Denisovans and Neanderthals were sister groups, splitting from a common ancestor and spreading across Asia. They were successful, adapting from Siberia's cold to Southeast Asia's tropics. When Homo sapiens left Africa, we met and interbred with Denisovans. Today, people in Melanesia and parts of Asia carry up to 5% Denisovan DNA. Their genetic legacy lives on in us, a living record of a time when many humans shared the world. The Denisovans remind us, our family tree is full of hidden branches. Why are we the only humans left? The answer is complex. Climate change, competition, and our own arrival all played a part. Ice ages and warming periods reshaped landscapes, forcing ancient humans to adapt or perish. As Homo sapiens spread from Africa, we encountered other humans, sometimes outcompeting, sometimes interbreeding. Our tools, social networks, and adaptability may have given us an edge. Extinction wasn't always violent, sometimes it was slow replacement or absorption. Imagine two groups, one slightly more successful, gradually outnumbering the other. Over generations, Neanderthals and others faded, but didn't vanish completely. Their DNA lives on in us, proof that our story is not one of simple conquest. The end of their world was the beginning of ours. In a way, they became part of us. Our lost cousins are still with us, their legacy written in our DNA. Modern humans interbred with Neanderthals and Denisovans, making us a mosaic of ancient peoples. For non-Africans, 1–2% of DNA comes from Neanderthals, affecting immunity, skin, and hair, helping us adapt to new environments. Denisovan genes, especially in Oceania and Asia, include adaptations for high altitudes, like those found in Tibetans. We carry their survival tools, their strengths, and their stories within us. When we look in the mirror, we see the result of countless encounters and shared journeys. We are the last survivors, but not alone. The Neanderthals, Denisovans, and others live on in our resilience and diversity. Their world is gone, but their legacy endures in us. The search for our ancient cousins is a search for ourselves. Our human family is bigger, more diverse, and more interconnected than we ever imagined.